officials seized over $1 billion worth of cocaine in Philadelphia today.
Value of more than $1 billion.
That more people have been arrested in connection to this billion-dollar bust.
It's crazy. I can't put my mind around it.
June 17th, 2019. Philadelphia Harbor. The dark Atlantic waters are calm.
You telling me you was cracking with the drugs up in Philadelphia? Now that's crazy work right there. Do your homework on them finding $1 billion pounds of fucking cocaine on a ship. What the fuck? What y'all had going on, bruh?
Storm of criminal intrigue is about to erupt. Jewish customs agents board the MSC Goer, a mammoth cargo ship flying the Iberian flag. Their discovery which sent shockwaves through the global shipping industry. 20 tons of cocaine worth over $1 billion. It's the biggest maritime drugs bust in US history. But how could 7 40-foot shipping containers packed with kunk be loaded onto a ship and travel thousands of miles without detection? The answer lies in a shadowy and highly organized criminal network.
How the fuck was they able to transport that shit, like you said, without getting caught? How? Listen to your boy.
For a decade to infiltrate the very heart of the world's largest shipping company, MSC. This is the wild story of how organized crime hijacked global trade and of how NSC became known as the Mafia Shipping Company. As the sun rises over South America's bustling ports in 2010, a quiet revolution unfolds. The Balkan Cartel, a powerful network of Eastern European criminals, sets its sights on the lucrative cocaine trade routes into Europe. Their target? The Mediterranean Shipping Company, or MSC, an Italian firm based in Switzerland, is growing from a single boat.
They was pushing work, bro. They was pushing work, bro.
In 1970, to become the world's largest container shipping line.
The fact that there's the world's largest shipping company that's at the center of this, that makes it a very sensitive topic and also one that could have ramifications for the wider shipping industry.
For decades, MSC has been dogged by allegations of links to the Italian mafia. Allegations it strongly denies. What is true is that MSC's ascent coincided with a huge increase in shipping from South America to Europe.
Cocaine is produced in Colombia, smuggled to the Panama Canal to Canada. It can go straight to Western Europe, to Rotterdam and Antwerp.
The company dominates fruit shipments between the two continents, accounting for nearly 50% of all container capacity. Now, fruit cargo has to move quickly or it perishes, making it less likely to be checked at ports. And that catches the eye of ambitious traffickers who have their own product to move.
Nigga, you able to do whatever the fuck you want to do. If you plan it right, if you move how you moving correctly, nigga, you able to pull off the biggest heist. I'm telling y'all.
The infiltration begins subtly. Balkan operatives use MSC's reliance on Eastern European crew to their advantage.
It was not only the sheer quantity of drugs, it was also the level of involvement of the crew.
At the helm of figures like Edin Djakovic and Darko Saric, masterminds who kept their teeth smuggling weapons during the Yugoslav wars of the 90s before turning their sights on cocaine. Among them is Goran Gogic, a Montenegrin ex-boxer and the alleged mastermind of the Guyana shipment. The cartel forges ties with South American drug lords, securing a pipeline into Europe. Albanian gangsters established front companies in Ecuador and Colombia. They appear as legitimate shipping partners. Meanwhile, at the other end of the line, in MSC's home port of Naples, the Balkan gangsters are building links with the notoriously violent Neapolitan mafia syndicate, Camorra. Together, they will shift a flood of cocaine and soon hit Europe. Focused on growth, MSC is asleep to this growing threat of global crime. By 2015, an estimated 10% of NSC's South American crew are linked to crime syndicates. It could be even more. European law enforcement even warns MSC, but the response is weak, crippled by denial. The cartel's network roams throughout the firm, controlling key roles right from deckhands to port managers. Unlike traditional cartels, the Balkan cartel operates in small, agile cells. They're hard to track, quick to adapt. This invisible army moves ever larger cocaine shipments across the Atlantic, using blind spots and insider tips to evade detection. By 2019, the stage is set for a massive smuggling operation. What started as a subtle takeover in 2010 has become a full-scale invasion.
Federal officials seized over $1 billion worth of cocaine in Philadelphia today. More than 16.5 tons of cocaine were hidden in crates. A cargo ship docked at the port.
The nearly 2,000 pounds of cocaine seized by authorities. The ship was coming from the Bahamas and had a final destination of the Netherlands.
The world's biggest shipping company has become the cartel's drug mule. As law enforcement scrambles, the cartel plans its boldest move yet: a cocaine ship to ship global trade.
Go from homemade recipe to household name.
June 2019. The MSC Guyane cuts through the inky waters of South America, posing as a routine produce carrier. But beneath this cover, a daring operation unfolds. Under cover of darkness off Peru's coast, speedboats quietly approach. The ship's cargo, nuts, wine, perishables, sit in containers. For a third of the crew hired by the Balkan cartel, the real work starts now, executing a historic drug smuggling plot. Cranes hung, their noise blending with the ocean's rhythm. Nets of cocaine rose from the sea. The corrupt crew works fast, breaking into containers and resealing them with fake MSC seals. The crewman's trembling hands drop a brick, his eyes scanning the horizon for salvation or punishment.
Before they entered the ports, crew on board the ship would actually toss over bags filled with cocaine. One of their collaborators or co-conspirators would come up in a smaller kind of fishing vessel and pick up the cocaine. This was known as the drop-off.
Night after night, more cocaine boards off Ecuador. Years of cartel planning pay off, exploiting corrupt port managers and the cover of legitimate cargo. The Guyane sails north, tracked by US authorities, armed with months of intelligence. They've watched MSC vessels for years, unraveling how a shipping giant became a crime mule. The route, South America to the US East Coast and on to Europe, thrives on perishables, a smuggler's dream. And ports like Philadelphia swamped with cargo, letting illicits loads slip through. June 17th doors, the MSC Guyane nears Philadelphia, hiding nearly 20 tons of cocaine. A $1 billion haul set to expose the corruption of MSC.
33,000 pounds of coke worth more than $1 billion. Investigators found the drugs in 7 shipping containers the size of a standard tractor trailer aboard a ship at a Philadelphia port.
Customs agents ready to board don't yet grasp the scale of their find. The crew, innocent and guilty alike. The next hours will change everything. The cartel's operation teeters on the brink of collapse. Dawn breaks over the Philadelphia harbor, casting the Guyane in a deceptively innocent glow. Federal agents swarm aboard, their movements sharp and silent, poised for a historic takedown. Over 100 agents, armed with X-rays, sniffer dogs, and scopes, dive into the labyrinthine holds. Facing a daunting task, they're searching for thousands of containers on one of the world's largest ships. Hours pass, tension crackling in the air. Suddenly, dogs erupt in wild barks, their noses quivering. Agents crowd around a container, prying open a false wall to reveal neatly stacked bricks of cocaine. The sharp, medicinal stench, biting and acrid, floods the hold, stinging their noses. More cocaine emerges, hidden in secret compartments. The scale hits hard. 20 tons of 90% pure cocaine, worth over $1 billion, destined for Europe and North America.
Port of Philadelphia's security is fully in the hands of U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Customs officials have not released details of what was seized, but did confirm a massive investigation underway at Philadelphia's port.
In Geneva, MSC's Chief Operating Officer Claudio Pozzo revealed reels of the news, his voice tight with disbelief. We take narco-trafficking seriously, he insists, but the crew's actions blindsided us. The weight of this scandal threatens to unravel decades.
Blindsided y'all, cause nigga, that's $1 billion worth of cocaine, nigga. That's a lot. That's a lot of cocaine, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
MSC's hard-won reputation.
Y'all was out here moving reckless.
Back in Philadelphia, authorities make a bold move, seizing the $100 million Cayenne, a rare strike underscoring the stakes. Shockingly, over a third of the crew were found to be complicit. Agents swab hands, several test positive for cocaine residue. Questions explode. How deep does this corruption run? U.S. Customs demands over $700 million in penalties from MSC, blaming its oversight.
That's crazy work. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all give me y'all thoughts on this one, bro. Like I see it, like crazy motherfucking video, bro. $1 billion? Yeah. Till next time, y'all subscribe to the second channel. It's called Yo Terrell Reacting Again. If I ask content being produced over there, you only support it, man. Y'all go subscribe to the third channel, Terrell Be Hotboxing. Like I said, I'm taking over with this content shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all homework. Enough said. I love y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, man. I'm out. Second channel for life. Blood up, my nigga. It's a marathon. Y'all stay in y'all P's and Q's. Don't be out here lagging, man. For real.